This episode, we take you with us on our honeymoon to London, England. On day 0 and 1, we cover a big walkabout to Covent Garden, Trafalgar Square, Hyde Park, Harrods, the Royal Palace, Big Ben and Parliament, Westminster Abbey, the London Eye, Camden Market, and Regent's Park. This particular video is number 1 of 5, so come over to our channel where we will have more of London to explore with you. To get there from Los Angeles, we parked our car at LAX and took a short bus ride to British Airways.
British Airways back there. On our way to London.
Enjoy our hospitality. If there's anything myself or the team can do to make your journey more comfortable, please do let us know. Thank you.
Bye-bye America's West Coast as we settle into our 10-hour flight east. We were determined not to get sick for our trip. Then after landing at Heathrow, we hopped on the Heathrow Express train into Paddington Station. You can purchase a round trip on the Heathrow Express, and the return can be used the day of your liking as long as it's within 30 days. It took us right to the heart of the city, our stop being Paddington. Paddington may be most famous for the marmalade-loving bear. However, in 1928, it was St. Mary's Hospital just next door, where Alexander Fleming revolutionized medicine by discovering penicillin. Still feeling super jet-lagged, we dropped off our bags at the hotel and headed out. We hopped on the Tube, which is London's underground subway, over to the West End Theatre District to get tickets for later in the week, aka a later episode. Our first major site was Trafalgar Square, which has been featured in a multitude of television shows.
Yes, I said video. This is Trafalgar Square with a busker in the background.
If you move away from the music of the busker, you get to hear the sounds of London traffic and the water fountain and Londoners and tourists enjoying the open space. Next, we walked over to Covent Garden.
This is Covent Garden, where My Fair Lady was set. They had all the flowers. She sold flowers.
A few sightseeing photos of the market, a red telephone box, and Harry Potter the musical. We stumble across some eye-catching confectionaries before taking the Tube home for about a 12-hour sleep to turn around for our official first day.
We're on our first whole day of our London adventure. We're walking through Hyde Park. Lots of dogs off leash. Some English squirrels. And lots of accents.
Chestnut. It's beautiful. The lake there. And we're gonna go approach it in a bit. Just like the one when we drove all the way to New Hampshire.
Here is a map of the heart of London, and check out just how big Hyde Park is. Our hotel is at the northwest corner, and we started our walkabout by journeying down diagonally through Kensington Gardens, and then we'll cut back around to the Round Pond.
Such a beautiful park.
It's in the middle of the city. You feel like you're in the city but out of it at the same time. So people come and disengage from the city and just have fun and maybe meditate. Very therapeutic.
Dating back 350 years, Hyde Park is dripping with history, being one of the 8 royal parks. Boasting having over 3,000 trees, it's the place where the locals can have a spot of nature in the lungs of the city. You can pop on a guided tour or see all the sights yourself. More points of interest, to name a few, are Speaker's Corner, the Gallows, Rotten Road, the Rose Garden, or even a pet cemetery, not to mention the multitude of seasonal events. Ooh, spotted Egyptian geese among the swans and other waterfowl. I see I'm not the only one taking pictures of these beautiful creatures.
We're at the round pond of Kensington Gardens. Lots of wildlife. Birds, that is. And a pumpkin for fall.
This video was taken in the fall of 2024, September to be exact. Being called the People's Park, here is where the suffragettes gave fiery speeches, where the Rolling Stones gave a concert by the lake, where the UK's first Pride March began, and where Nelson Mandela took the stage. Activities you can do include the gentle rowing of a boat, cycling in its designated lane, running a half marathon, or cold swimming at the Lido, home to the Serpentine Swimming Club, the oldest swimming club in Britain. With a good tip sign to not feed the beautiful birds. So here's a recap on a closer map of Hyde Park. Our hotel starts in the northwest corner, then we walked into the heart, quick backtrack around the round pond, then over the Serpentine Bridge and down the water's shore, south to Knightsbridge. Zooming out, here's Hyde Park, and we made it to the opposite corner. Knightsbridge is home of this big red piece of multi-level real estate called Harrods.
We're back in civilization. We made it to Knightsbridge. We're about to go to Harrods. We just passed the Mandarin Oriental. We're doing our tourist duty and going to Harrods.
Yep.
Harrods is one of the original department stores, just like Selfridges, which we visit in a later video. Harrods has Egyptian themes in its escalator and elevator ways. And though this is just a quick stop at Harrods, we mostly came to see their food hall, with gorgeous food in such variety. And then we're off through Green Park, Buckingham Palace bound. Looks like we made it just in time for the most extravagant free formal ceremony in London, the changing of the guard. It only happens 4 days a week at 10:45 a.m. and the whole act takes about 45 minutes. Buckingham Palace is a royal residence, and every monarch since Queen Victoria has used this palace as their primary home. It was originally constructed as a private house for the Duke of Buckingham in 1703, but George III liked it so much he purchased it for his German bride, Charlotte, in 1761. Royals were in and out until Queen Victoria came to the throne in 1837 and called it home. One can go in and see a bit of it for only 10 weeks during the summer, not on the time we were there. Here is a guide on how to recognize the subtleties of the Guard's different regiments. After the pageantry finished, we crossed the roundabout and headed into St. James Park, quite possibly the most beautiful park in London.
We're in St. James Park now after having just seen the palace. Working our way south. Lots of geese. That's the palace in the back there. Oops, squirrel. We've got a pond right over there on that side. Otherwise, it's beautiful green in the fall again.
St. James's Park contains a menagerie of animals, including the majestic white pelican, a feature of the park since a Russian ambassador donated them to Charles II in 1664. We are heading towards the blue bridge that spans the lake right in the center heart of the park. The blue bridge provides a tree-framed view east towards the London Eye and west towards Buckingham Palace. Continuing our walkabout from Buckingham Palace, across the roundabout, and through St. James's Park, we do a quick stop at the heavily guarded number 10 Downing Street, the residence of each current Prime Minister. From number 10, we head south to Big Ben, Parliament, and Westminster Abbey. You can see the Prime Minister does not have a very long commute.
Oops, that's a video. I didn't even know. It was still on video. Picture time.
Eye-popping and of huge historic significance, the grand buildings around Parliament Square are mostly Victorian, but their core is ancient. Almost every British monarch has been crowned in Westminster Abbey. Previously the site of a church to St. Peter in the 600s, Westminster Abbey was officially consecrated on December 28, 1065. You do need a ticket and reservation to go in. We found some lunch around the corner at a Parliament local pub. Fish and chips are on the must-try list for London, and I'm sure are a specialty at some restaurants, most likely not this one. The Houses of Parliament, or the British government, is a wonderful mishmash of architectural styles dominated by Gothic buttresses, towers, and arches. As you cross Westminster Bridge to the London Eye and take a stroll east along the South Bank, this walk is modern London's biggest tourist cliché, but it's also great fun. Another tourist duty fulfilled. Next stop, the London Eye.
We're doing the tourist thing and going on the London Eye. Tourist thing.
We're doing the tourist thing.
If you are enjoying this video, please hit the like or subscribe button as we are trying to get to 1,000 followers. St. Paul's. The Shard. Here since only 2000, the London Eye was a dream since it was entered into a competition in 1992 for a structure for the millennial. It won second place and was only supposed to be temporary, but has become a solid postcard staple of today. By the way, the structure that won first place is non-existent. From the London Eye, we take the tube up to Camden, which happens to be off this map. Despite the pressures of gentrification, Camden refuses to leave behind entirely its grungy history as the cradle of British rock music. But we are here for the sprawling mayhem of Camden Market.
We're in Camden Market and in the horse stable area. Everything looks like a horse stable because it was. I didn't read the sign yet of the history about it, but now it's all stops.
Once a network of horse saddlers' workshops, tack rooms, and a horse hospital and stables, Camden Market is home to brands both global and local. After picking up a few souvenirs, I get lost. Oh, thank goodness, there's Ron. This is Umbrella Alley. And this is the cobbled yard with food vendors galore. Cutting through the market is Regent's Canal, which opened in 1820 to provide a link between East and West London for horse-drawn narrowboats loaded with coal. Today, it is for tourist trips along the water. Ron happened to find a food vendor with Lebanese food.
Ron's eating, but we found some Lebanese falafel that we're enjoying by the water. Camden Market.
The canal path is a convenient walking route west to Regent's Park, where we head next. Fox swings were the best when I was a kid. Too bad America doesn't have them anymore. We have cut across from Camden into Regent's Park and headed south on the Broad Walk.
We've got our little patch of sun for the day at Regent's Park, walking back from Camden. We've walked a lot of London's parks all in one day. Our legs are killing us. Time for some drugs.
23,000 step already.
23,000 steps. I've closed my ring 3 times. My move ring. But all these dogs are still out and about. Great exercise.
If you watch Apple TV, Regent's Park is the modern-day headquarters of MI5 in the show Slow Horses. Here is one of the beautiful magpies. And now we have taken the Broad Walk a little farther south into Avenue Gardens.
Little rest. We got a little sun coming on our face, the glow of the day. It's going to be raining tomorrow, we've heard. Man, our feet hurt. We've walked
a lot.
You said
25,000
25,000
steps so far.
plus steps so far today. Whew. Feet hurt. Some gardens behind us, in front of us.
It's the tube home for us tonight, straight to Bayswater. We will sleep well after some crepes for dinner. Come back for more as we continue exploring London in the next episode. We will take an Uber boat to Greenwich, where we are able to stretch our feet across the Prime Meridian line. And also, we visit Selfridges and the Rose Garden in Hyde Park. See you later, world neighbor.